Good morning everyone. The aim of this video is to give you a very brief overview of AQA English Language Paper 2 Question 5. So Paper 2 is a 1 hour and 45 minute exam paper. It's out of 80 marks, and you are given 2 non-fiction sources to read. Now these will be linked, so they will be about a similar topic, but they will be from different time periods. There are 5 questions to complete in total. So the best order to complete this paper in is in this order. Question 5 first, then question 3, 1, 4, and finally 2. Now the reason for this is that you get the big mark question out of the way first, always. Question 3 and question 1 are next because you only need to read one source for those questions. Then for question 4 and question 2, you need to have read both sources, so we will leave those questions until last. Now a question 5 looks something like this. It gives you a statement to respond to and give your perspective on. This statement will be linked in some way to the 2 texts in section A. You are then given the form, the audience, and the purpose that you are being asked to write in. So in this example, it's a newspaper article form, which is a pretty generic audience, and it's asking you to argue for or against for the purpose. Now, as the paper is called Writers' Viewpoints and Perspectives, you are then being asked to give your perspective on the issue. Now, you get 24 marks for Assessment Objective 5, which is the content and organisation of your writing, and 16 marks for Assessment Objective 6, which is your technical accuracy. This makes question 5 out of 40 marks. It is worth a whopping 50% of the exam paper. It's worth the same amount of marks as question 1, 2, 3 and 4 put together. Do not neglect it. Based on the grade boundaries over the last couple of years, you cannot pass the paper if you miss this question out, which is why we always answer question 5 first. Now, I'd recommend that you spend 7 minutes preparing and planning for this question, 30 minutes actually writing the response, and 8 minutes at the end to read through, edit, correct any errors, and improve your response. Now, there are 12 things on the mark scheme. So these are the things that you get marks for on question 5. There are 24 marks available for Assessment Objective 5, the content of your writing and your organisation of it. This is why it's so important to plan. It's hard to effectively organise your writing if you're making it up as you go along. First, match the gap. GAP stands for genre, audience and purpose. So you need to adapt your style of writing to the scenario that the exam board gives you in the question. Sophisticated vocabulary is on the mark scheme twice, so we know that it's really important. Language devices such as statistics, rhetorical questions, anecdotes, emotive language. Structural devices such as anaphora, repetition for effect, but also the sequencing of your writing, structuring it in a clear way that makes sense. Do as much as you can to try and make it interesting and engaging. Hook the reader in and keep them absorbed in your writing. And a range of paragraphs of varying lengths. Long paragraphs, one-word paragraphs, and everything in between. Include discourse markers to improve the flow of your writing too. And then we have Assessment Objective 6, also known as Technical Accuracy. There are 16 marks available for this. First, you get marks for punctuating sentences accurately, so ending questions with question marks, using apostrophes in the right place, that sort of thing. For a wide range of punctuation, aim for about 8 different pieces of punctuation. A range of sentence lengths is self-explanatory. Use a whole range, simple, compound, complex, and minor sentences. Add some variety. Using standard English and grammar means no slang, and properly written, full sentences that make grammatical sense. Spell things correctly is easy enough to understand, and again, sophisticated vocabulary. As I said before, it's the only thing that's on the mark scheme twice, so this one is doubly important. Technical accuracy is the reason it's a good idea to leave those 8 minutes at the end for editing. You can pick up any little mistakes or errors that you've made along the way and correct them. You can spend time improving. Correcting these mistakes is a really easy way to improve your marks. And that's about it for question 5. And that's all for today's video. Thanks for watching, and happy revising.